fuck is that?
Who's this guy?
Arc Raiders has officially reached the point where teamwork is almost gone. And the crazy part is, nobody's doing anything to stop it. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why players no longer trust each other, why the PvP meta is taking over, and whether this shift is going to kill Arc Raiders, or is there still time to save it. And later in the video, I'm going to break down the 3 changes Embark must make to fix this mess. When the game first came out, everybody was excited. We used to run into squads that would actually help you out. People used to use the don't shoot emote, and it actually meant something. And slowly, something began to change. As some of the wonder of a brand new game started to fade, so did the players' willingness to cooperate. But why are we seeing the shift so soon? The game's barely been out a month so far. People are already starting to catch on to this shift. People have been posting online left and right about how the game feels so much different than it did in the beginning. We've also seen some slightly lower player numbers on Steam charts and overall a stagnation of player growth. There are several factors that contribute to the lack of trust and lack of cooperation between players. But before we get into that, I do want to just say real quick that I am a really small creator. We're almost at 800 subs, and I appreciate you for watching. And if you do like this kind of content, just make sure to leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment. It helps the algorithm out a ton. Thank you guys so much. One of the biggest reasons people have stopped trusting each other is because it only takes one experience for that trust to completely be eradicated. I've seen so many people posting about how they've been killed and betrayed by somebody who they thought was their friend, and now they're no longer going to trust anybody. The saying a bad apple ruins the bunch is a great metaphor for the way the game operates. It only takes a couple of people ruining the experience of others for pretty much everybody to stop trusting one another. This is also a big contributor of the kill on sight that we're seeing now, because these people are no longer trusting to interact at all. So it just makes more sense to be able to just shoot them, get rid of them, get them out of your sight, because it is safer that way in almost every aspect. Most of the stuff throughout this video is purely subjective. It's based off my anecdotal evidence and what I've personally read and experienced, but there's one objective truth that really nobody can argue, and that is Embark, the developers, want this game to be cooperative. They have built this game and designed aspects of this game around cooperating with people that you're not partied with. If you look at the Queen and the Matriarch, they are clear examples that Embark wants you to work with people that you're not partied with to destroy the enemy. That is literally just baked into the design. But the rest of the gameplay incentivizes people to not work together. And that's why players are feeling so frustrated, is because the game wants you to work cooperatively, but they're not incentivizing it. And in 99% of the scenarios, it is in your best interest to not work together. Now, before anybody gets the chance to leave a comment about it, I don't have a problem with PvP in this game. I actually like it, and sometimes I'll go out and just go balls to the wall, shooting people on sight, and play the game however I want to. I don't think there's anything wrong with rats, people that sit in corners and wait for people to show up. I don't think there's anything wrong with betraying people. You're kind of a scumbag a little bit, but I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. I think it's actually really cool that that's available to be in the game, because that adds a whole extra level of nuance to the whole game. So people that betray, I think they need to be in the game. I think that rats need to be in the game. I think that killing on sight needs to be in the game. But I also feel like cooperation, since the developers clearly want it in the game, I think that needs to be a viable option. And that's why people are so frustrated with the game, is because they feel like they're being pulled one way, but then also pulled the other way, and the game is kind of lacking an identity. The meta shifts make sense. Like I said, 99% of the time, it is better to not trust anybody. It is safer. It is better to be the betrayer than the betrayee. Another problem is that there's a large amount of people that have already finished what the game really has to offer. They've done all the major things, they've finished their expedition, they're waiting for their reset, and now they have all this abundant amount of loot and they need to use it. It's not that fun to go out and just kill the Ark. There's definitely people that enjoy that, but it's way more fun to kill people. So whenever you've got all these people that are lacking an objective, it just makes sense that they're going to go out and kill a bunch of people, which is then going to have trickle-down effects to making all the other people play differently as well. It makes sense from a meta perspective. It makes sense why players are so frustrated. The only question left to answer in this video is, will Arc Raiders be able to keep what made it so special? The interactions that you have with other players. That's the charm of the game. Will it be able to keep that, or is it doomed to lose it and become just another extraction shooter? This is a really tough question to answer, because not only does Arc Raiders as a game have an identity crisis, the community also has an identity crisis, and it also seems like the developers themselves have some sort of identity crisis. I truly believe that Embark wanted to add more cooperative elements to the game before it came out, but they probably felt pressured to keep it more of a stereotypical extraction shooter and only have a couple of cooperative elements to it. They have mentioned cooperative play quite a bit, and then you look at the matriarch and the queen, it's clear examples, and I think that them adding more of those elements so it doesn't de-incentivize killing other players, because I think, like I said earlier in the video, I think that you should always be allowed to be a rat. You should always be allowed to betray. You should always be allowed to kill on sight. Those are just innate things that need to be allowed because that's the type of game it is. But I think they need to add more cooperative elements to keep that side of the community and just keep what makes the game so special alive. I don't care what anybody says, the game is not doing so well because it has good graphics, because it has good gunplay, because it is just a fun game to play. No, it is doing so well because so many people can interact with each other and have so many cool moments. I mean, you look at how well it's doing on Twitch. It's not doing well on Twitch because it's an extraction shooter. No extraction shooters have done very well on that platform. It's doing well because there's so many interactions that are just so funny and so fun to be had. And the second you lose those interactions, as the second Arc Raiders loses what makes it so special. Be it intentional or not, Arc Raiders has become ubiquitous with the player-to-player moments and player-to-player interactions through proximity chat. And with the increased competition through Marathon, PUBG has a new extraction shooter coming out that's probably going to be massive, and with Tarkov 1.0 coming out, competition has never been so high, so keeping what makes Arc Raiders so special is going to be vital to its survival. The game is in a tough spot and it is in the middle of an identity crisis, but I truly believe that Arc Raiders is going to pull through. I think that the developers are going to make the appropriate changes and they are going to keep this game alive because it is already doing so fantastic. I mean, we are looking at a game that is performing better than anybody could have expected. It is like in top 3 on Twitch all the time, which is just insane. It's top 5 on Steam right now, and who knows how well it's selling on console. The game is a massive success. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and a comment. You guys have no idea how much that helps the algorithm out, so I'd appreciate it a ton. And if you enjoyed me as a person and want to see more content like this on Arc Raiders and plenty of other games in the future, please make sure to leave a sub as well. We're so close to 800 subs, and I would love to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So thank you guys so much for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.